Sup, I'm Will and welcome to Mint Lemon. What is this? Sup, I'm Will and I know what you're thinking.
Mint Orange, I was 12 the last time you made a scoot shake. I'm now 45 with a wife and 2 disappointing children. Are you actually silly, bruv? Just upload, fam. It's not hard, you idiot boy. Get off your fat and entertain me, you gigantic chump. Like if you cringe every time.
No. I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. Anyway, I specifically remember feeling like a king when on the 21st of June 2012 I hit 12 subscribers. Boy, I had more subscribers than friends. So the idea of having 12,000 subscribers is just... Making videos and editing are just everything to me. So to be able to build a community around them, it just feels so amazing. If someone came up to me and said, "Yo, Will, I'll swap my 24,000, no, actually, I'll swap my 124,000 for your 12,000," I'd say, "Nah, you're alright, mate. I bet you like my 12,000 because they're the best." You're all such nice people. When I meet you in real life, when I talk to you in the comments, it's just such a happy, positive community. Plus, you're very patient. I know it takes me a while to make videos, but you know I'm always working on something, and you stick by me, which means a lot. Right, enough of this. Let's cut to the happy fun time. Cue generic children cheering sound effect. What do you mean we can't afford it? What can we afford? Oh! Now I'm going to give some director's commentary over 2 of my old videos. Just adding a bit more information and giving you a feel for how I made them. We'll do 1 scooter video and 1 goofy video. We'll start with the scooter video because I know the scooter riders watching this are going to have a nervous breakdown if they don't see any scootering within the next 10 seconds. Right, so I'm just going to give this my natural director's commentary, or try. I haven't seen this video actually for quite a while. But yeah, apparently a video that is 1 minute 14 seconds about Blazer Pro Wheels sucking cheese is worth 467,000 views. So it just, like, I love the internet. Like, this video was never supposed to get more than 10 views. Like, the backstory behind it is just... I remember this was back in the day when it was still... When was this uploaded? This was uploaded October 20th, 2012. So this is still very early in scootering for me. Like, I'd only recently learned to double tail whip. So I was still at my point of, like, utmost scooter excitement, and like every day I was just like, I want to scoot. So I remember it was dry today, so I got up at 6. Well, on the day that I filmed this, I got up at 6 to start scootering because I was just that obsessed. And then my wheels snapped in half like this. Everyone says I cut it and stuff, but seriously, I didn't. It just snapped like that. It was unbelievable. I've never seen a wheel dehub like that. Will you fly your helicopter somewhere else? Fathead. One of these days, you know, I'd love to get a helicopter and just fly it over loads of YouTubers' houses, just to mess with them, just to know what it's like. Right, it's cut that bit out. Anyway, here it is. So
Sup, Will, and here to tell you that...
So that was 7 in the morning when this was filmed, so that's why I'm being quiet, because everyone else is in bed.
Blazer Pro Wheels suck!
Yeah. Oh my god. It's wet that day as well. Well, I mean, so you can see I was obsessed with scootering because even when it's wet, I'm still going for it. Mid-air D-hub. There's been so much controversy over the mid-air D-hub. Why is that so hard to process? Like, it was already dehubbed, and it just flopped off in midair, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it's fake, it's CGI. You're a madman in orange." And this music is from the regular show, which I was also obsessed with at the time. Fantastic show. That was back when I was still rocking flex fenders as well. I'm so pleased I've stopped using those. Like, I went through a whole phase where I broke, like, absolute tons. Like, I broke, like, 4 in a row, and then I was like, I've had enough of this.
All the wheels that I have that have been dehubbed and soaked, I put in the...
Here you can see I was midway through a massive Bionicle build as well. So that is a Beyblade stadium filled with Bionicle legs. Which I love. I don't think I should move that. Nah, that's fine. Also, that pencil case filled with Bionicle arms. Who gives a bumpers? Like, there's so much rubbish in the background. You can see my Game Boy on the floor. Oh, and there's like conkers as well. And it's just, I love it. Although it's always been like this. It's always just been, who gives a muppets about the background?
Right here.
Now the drawer wasn't meant to break. Just, anyway, so I was like, I'll just roll with it. Oh dear.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
I should probably give some context to the pencils.
Right here.
Basically.
Goodbye.
Basically, me and my brother went to IKEA once, pretty close to the time I filmed this video, and we just had a competition to see who could collect the most pencils. Oh, that was good times. So, yeah, unfortunately we took it a bit too far. I think our combined collections of pencils equaled about 1,000. No, it can't have been that many pencils. I don't know, basically we owe IKEA some pencils at this point. But yeah, so, and I was quite proud of my pencil achievements, so I thought I'd quite like to have them in a video. I remember specifically thinking I must get those pencils into a video. So I did it. And there you are, I hope you're impressed. And then in there as well, you can see there's a rat wheel, there's another Blazer Pro wheel, which fully dehubbed, but I didn't even make a video on that. Because, I mean, look at it. I mean, if you have a look, the entire outer hub of the wheel has separated from it, which is just nuts. But the thing is, that wheel lasted me absolutely months. That's why I didn't make a video on it. Whereas this one, the one that sucks cheese, that only lasted me 3 weeks. So that's why it's getting slammed. Yeah. The new are life. I've always has a way with words, as I put in the comments somewhere. The ending is just, oh dear. Contrary to common belief, this video is not a call to take down Blazer Pro as a company. Like, it's just saying that particular type of wheel isn't exactly quality. Like, I've had a lot of people say, this has lasted me a year and stuff, and all these things, and I mean, yeah, with scooter wheels, it's a bit of a lottery, it just depends. I mean, maybe that was a factory defect, maybe, I mean, my theory is that it's to do with my style of riding, and I was grinding a lot of curves back then, so that must have been some sort of contributor, because if you have a look at the side of the wheel, it's very dented as well. But who knows? That's one of the mysteries of history. So that is Blazer Pro wheels suck. And if you see people saying Blazer Pro wheels suck in the comments, it always makes me laugh. So it's just a nice in-joke at this point, and I have no idea why it's so popular. So now on to VHS banned in 2014. We've got slightly different view count here, 1,300, but I know the goofy videos always get a little less. I mean, 400,000, 1,000, so it would be nice if some more people found out about this, because it really is one of my favourite videos on the channel. Like, it's just 100% original. Like, there's nothing in it is based on anything, it's just a story that I came up with. So I'm really pleased that I managed to get it done. Like, you can see, like, I was desperate to get it up, for the story. I was desperate to get it up before 2014. So you can see I was calling it close. Uploaded 31st of December 2013. Just got in there, baby. But yeah, and I think I uploaded it the same day I finished editing it. So I'm so pleased that I got that up in time. Anyway, with this one, I'd really recommend that you go watch it first. It's the link is in the description, because it's just its sort of, you know, its own sort of thing, and I'd like you to, you know, I don't know, just sort of appreciate it as it is first before I add a bit sort of detail on it. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so let's watch this. VHS banned in 2014. This song as well. I was so proud of that beginning shot, I remember. And then this shot of Kevin. He's so happy. Wearing 3D glasses that we got at the cinema. This was like, I was so proud of all this, because this was some of the most cinematic camera work ever on Mint Orange. Oh dear. Then the psycho music coming in. Worst no ever. Like you can, like something I used to love about working with Kevin is just, well, it was a blessing and a curse. Is he just couldn't stop smiling. So like, I mean, even when he's going no, he's like no, you know, he's like laughing. Oh dear. Anyway, so here we are. He's running through the house. As always, nothing's tidied up. We just go for it. Now this, what you're about to see here, is the worst continuity I think ever on Mint Orange. It's worse continuity than Jurassic Garden, or you know, or anything. Like this is really awful. We broke the sacred 180 rule, and so if you have a careful look at the layout of this kitchen, like I kind of think we got away with it, because if you don't concentrate, you don't really notice it. But if you have a look at the actual layout of this kitchen here, this is an absolute mess. Basically, I had to flip the shots because otherwise it looked like this. Hello, hey Kevin. You know, it's like it looked like we were talking the same way. Anyway, so here's that car crash.
Oh, I'm trying to cook my vegetable horseradish stew.
So bad.
Can't it wait?
It's over there.
Check it.
Oh dear.
No!
There you go, Kevin. That's a better no. I'm joking. That was awful as well. That's like you can see the laughs coming in. I think in the bloopers we've got the whole no and then the laughing. We're both hopeless basically. Oh look, and I'm wearing the mint orange shirt. I only wore this for a couple videos for some reason, but that's what mint orange stands for.
What are you gonna do? Reed, I'm posh. I'm not having a baby.
It's one of the weirdest lines.
We just gotta watch every single VHS you own. But there are thousands. We'll have to watch them.
Tripod in the background. I remember that bothered me so much. I was really like now watching back at it, I can see it just didn't matter at all. No one's ever called me out on it. But I remember when I was making this, I was so upset that the tripod was in the background. I was thinking everyone in the comments is going to slate me. They're going to be like, Will, you're amateur. You know, there's a tripod in the background. It's like, no one cares. No one's ever spotted it. There's only like, how many comments is there on this? 6. And none of them are to do with the film, pretty much. Like, oh dear. You can also see in the background there's some Lego cars that I made, which I'm still pretty proud of. I mean, obviously the back of the Lego, but what am I even talking about?
Some sort of epic montage. Montage!
I love that line. So here goes the montage. This was super fun to edit and to film. I don't know how fun it is to watch. No, I think it's okay actually. I think it's okay. I think because this song's so good, we just about get away with it. This was so hopeless though. Like we moved the camera halfway through doing this. Oh. But this was back before we were using microphones as well, so it was much easier to cut all this stuff. And then now here's the montage of me and Kevin drinking and watching. So this is the type of thing people don't consider at all, which is, where am I getting the Mountain Dews from? You just think, oh, it just has a million Mountain Dews. No, for like half a year, me and Kevin saved every Mountain Dew we drank and piled them up. And you can see we've got the Mountain Dew Red in there as well. Why don't they make that anymore? Brum, classic.
See, I told you he was gonna die. Yeah, but...
Anyway, we were gonna get something like yogurts for Kevin, but then we just couldn't be bothered to eat that many yogurts. I mean, I'm sorry. like that's, how many bottles of Mountain Dew was it? It must have been close to 40. I think about 40 bottles of Mountain Dew. We ain't eating 40 yogurts. Anyway, so that's that. There's some really, really in-depth filmmaking for you. I love this VHS. I need to use this again somewhere.
What idiot made this? What idiot bought this?
That's me turning my laugh into a cry. That was one of my favourite lines actually from Kevin. I love that. Wacky Race is classic. It's so good. And then it gets violent. What's that psycho face I'm doing? Now, interestingly enough, like, this is the type of thing people don't think about either. I spent ages going through and finding all my favourite VHSs through that massive stack of VHS. And then playing them on the TV and rewind and forwarding to the very specific bit that I wanted to play for those couple seconds of film. Like, you just don't think that. You think, oh, we got it on YouTube, or we used an effect, or it's just there. But no, I put in the VHS and I had to forward through and I had to get to the specific point, and then I had to play it, and then I had to try and get it so the camera didn't mess up the TV and everything, so it's just... But it was always worth it in the end. This was terribly done. It's so stupid. Anyway. Oh dear. Also, what you don't consider is that me and Kevin had to keep getting up and grabbing more VHSs to stack in between us. So every single shot, every single time it cuts back, we've got the VHSs in a different pile on our laps. Because they're just... because we had to fling them off and go get more every time.
This is the warm-up for our hip and thigh workout. So march on the spot, remember your posture all the time, keep your tummy in, shoulders back and down.
And that was New Body.
I love this bit.
I am judging you.
I love that bit in particular because I'm judging you is something Kevin used to say all the time. So it's nice to have that on film somewhere. I've really tried over the years to get in as many of our little friend in jokes, and the vast majority of just stupid stuff that I say on the channel is it's just stuff that I say. Like chump is just what I called my friends for absolutely years. It wasn't I just called so I was just like, so I walk into school and like, suck my chumps, chump, 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 like that, and then one day I just called everyone it in a video and it kind of stuck. So yeah, and I'm judging you is exactly that sort of thing.
It's 5 to midnight, but there's another 2.5 hour film left. But Moon, you think you make it more?
Button Moon's so classic, really classic VHS from my childhood.
Let's do it!
And this is one of my favourite just bits in the film that I forget about. Joe Force, Joe on the go. Starring my lovely Uncle Joe. And then we have my cousin Rosina down to the left. And then my brother Paul to the right, who's really, really trying not to laugh the whole time and failing. You can see, like, if you watch him, he's turning around to the bush so you can't see him laughing. Oh, it was so hopeless. We did so many takes. I don't know what the crime timer is. Like, that's something Uncle Joe came up with, but it does look really good, I'd say. Like, it adds that extra little element. I like it. Man's a genius.
two criminals
So-
at this address.
Where he says that that's because Kevin's behind me. Basically, I ran with the camera, and Kevin's behind me running with the script, which I thought was hilarious. And basically, he's just reading the script.
Producing, but also consuming.
But he does do a good job.
In the property. And now we'll use the
Check the
element of
script.
surprise to infiltrate the property.
And look, you can see Bowles try not to laugh, which I love.
That's the police!
And it's the absolute quality. It's so like this bit. I love this bit. Look at his face. And you can see Bowles just giving up at this point. Like he's putting his head in the bush, just laughing. I'm behind the camera, really trying not to laugh. I think Kevin's. I think I told Kevin to go away because he's laughing too much. Like.
So, plan B.
Oh, I love that bit. His face is so good. Horrific criminals.
Bring it on, old man!
So random. Like, just bring it on, old man. Well, so that one doesn't even have a clip in it. Anyway, I don't like. I don't know. Look, Bowles still trying not to laugh. I love it. Just the entire time. I was so proud of this, how those shots progressed. The man is being tased, and he's still smiling. Let's go back and have a look at that a second. Look at Kevin. He's smiling the entire time. He's still smiling. Like, I think I had to cut because he was just smiling so much. Oh dear. Oh boy, good times. Oh, and obviously all these shots. Sorry, I'm just enjoying it now. I'm not really even adding anything. Sorry, right, back to filmmaking. So, all the shots where it cuts back to me and Kevin, those were filmed on completely different days. I think they were filmed like a week before. And then we just cut them together. Can we just watch the last 5 minutes of Button Moon? Please!
Button? What? No. Vegetable horseradish stew is required. T-H-S.
Look at Paul trying not to laugh. It's so hopeless. Now, this. So, here's a bit of mint orange magic for you. So, basically, unfortunately, I had a panic in the edit because I forgot to put in the bit where he's holding the VHS band thing. This was a major hole in the plot. Like, suddenly the poster didn't make any sense. So, what I did, as you can see here, is I took a very careful photo of it. Now, luckily, I don't think you'd actually notice this. Unless you're sort of clued in on... Unless you're sort of concentrating on the filmmaking aspect of it. I don't know, maybe you wouldn't notice it. But basically, yeah, that's super fake piece of paper coming in. I took a picture of the paper from behind and then I had to make it come in electronically. And it kind of looks awful, but if I hadn't pointed it out, maybe you wouldn't have noticed it. And then, obviously, this next shot with the holding, everyone's gone now because they just came for Christmas. So that's me holding it. And I may have held this shot for too long, I'm pretty sure, because this is how long it would have taken me to read it originally. But whatever, so me. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite endings ever now. I love this so much, it always makes me laugh.
No, but seriously, you're going away for the rest of your lives.
Oh man. Oh, I love it. Let's just watch it again. And the way it's all the way. Oh, just. It's like it's all Uncle Joe, that bit. Just when he goes, oh, like that. That's great. And just the ending when he's like, well, seriously, you're going away for the rest of your lives. Let's watch it again. Oh, I love this. Oh.
No, but seriously, you're going away for the rest of your lives.
That's such such a good ending. That's such a good ending. I'm really pleased with that. I know I made this film, so I'm not supposed to say, oh, you know, that's such a good ending. I'm so pleased with myself, but you know what? I'm pretty pleased with myself. Okay, so you can suck it. But yeah, no, go watch that, Cheese, because it's a good watch, I'd say. In my personal opinion, you know, I've seen things around the internet, and this is pretty impressive stuff. Anywho, that's enough of this, Mullins. I really hope, you know, that the channel continues to grow, but if it never does, you know, that's okay. You know, if 12,000 is where we're supposed to reach, then, you know, I'm super happy with that. Like, you know, I never thought the channel was gonna, you know, I never thought it was gonna hit 100 subscribers ever. So, you know, there's no sub goal here. It's just, you know, every time it reaches one, I'm so chuffed, you know, but I it's never expected, you know, so, you know, so say it meets another milestone, you know, say we do get to the big 13,000 or something, then I'll do another one of these probably, you know, some more director's commentary. If everyone likes it, everyone might be like, you know, you're an idiot, and a moron, and a silly, and you have an ugly personality, get out of my face! If that happens, then we won't do this again. But yeah. Anyway, I've wasted more than enough time on all this fattens. I need to get back to filming this video, because it has to be out before 2018, otherwise, I'm just gonna... What am I doing? I'm wasting so much time! Oh my word.